everyone. It's great to be here. My name is Tali Horowitz, and I'm from Common Sense Media. And as Jeff just said, I'm going to be talking about what educators and parents can do to teach themselves and their kids about protecting and respecting their privacy and the privacy of others. And I'm also going to share what Common Sense is doing to improve the privacy climate. So before I get started, can I just get a show of hands? How many people have heard of Common Sense Media before? Okay, nice. So just to give you some quick background, I'm a former classroom teacher. Now I'm the Education Program Manager in New York for Common Sense. And we're a national nonprofit committed to improving the media and technology lives of kids and families by providing trustworthy and credible information. And we do this in three key ways. We rate, educate, and advocate. And we provide free ratings and reviews on thousands of media titles, so including movies, video games, websites, and now mobile apps, all following a child development criteria. We also educate. We have expert parent guidance on our website, and we also have a free K-12 digital literacy and citizenship curriculum, which I'll talk about briefly at the end, as well as a parent program that really is meant to give schools all the tools they need to engage and educate parents around media topics relevant to their parents, so ranging from issues like privacy to cyberbullying to social networking and so forth. So just for me to get a quick feel of everyone, how many folks here are educators? Okay, great, so most of you. And how many of you are also parents? Excellent, okay, great. So I'm going to provide really a broad overview of the major privacy issues and how that informs our approach in advocacy work, and then I'm going to end with some tips. So Common Sense did a national poll last year about privacy with a number of adults and teens, parents and teens, and found that the vast majority of parents were deeply concerned that their children were sharing too much information online. 91% of parents think search engines and social networking sites should not be able to share kids' physical location with other companies unless parents give authorization. And this is really interesting. Even teens, 79%, feel that their friends share too much personal information online. With a show of hands, how many of you read the privacy statements or terms of service of websites you go to often? Okay. So on our poll, about half parents said they sometimes check it out, but most parents said that they would if they were clearer and shorter. And we know that 70% of parents think schools should educate students about online privacy, and teens are really looking for this guidance from adults. 3/4 of the teens we polled said that they would rather go to an adult than a friend to find out information about protecting their privacy. And here's my last question for you. How many of you know why Facebook has a rule that you have to be 13 or older? Okay, so a few hands. So this is because of a law called COPPA, the Child Online Protection Act. This was written in 1998 before YouTube, Facebook, Google were ubiquitous. And basically it says that companies can't collect information about kids without their parents' consent. So we know that significant majorities, 88% of parents and 85% of teens want online companies to get their opt-in before companies use their personal information for marketing. And that most parents, 88%, would support a law requiring online companies to get their opt-in. So that's just giving you some background, and I'm going to actually give you a little bit more background about the current landscape and these privacy issues. Some of this might be really familiar to you. So we know in today's online and mobile world, kids can share more information about themselves, often with unintended audiences and third parties like marketers. Sharing and social networking have tremendous benefits. This is actually usually what I talk about, but today I'm really only going to focus on the concerns. And one of these concerns is that this sharing makes a lot of personal information very public. And because kids are so comfortable online, they're often revealing more about themselves than they realize. And once information is out there, it's incredibly difficult to remove. So as you just heard from our poll results, we know that this is a significant concern for both parents and teens. And that's why we feel it's really critical for there to be a partnership with Parents, educators, industry, and government all working together to protect kids' privacy. And it really comes down to the fact that you can't protect your kids' privacy online if you don't have the information, and you can't protect your kids' privacy online if you're not given the opportunity. So in order to solve this, we really need everyone's involvement. So we need parents and kids to be able to educate themselves about how to protect their information. All schools really need to teach privacy education. Industry leaders have to first acknowledge that there's a real problem here and then bring innovative solutions to help parents and kids protect themselves. And lastly, we really need policymakers to update privacy policies for the 21st century. So I told you the last time the law was created was in 1998. We need government to step in and protect kids the same way they've done with other innovations from television to car seats. So now that I've given you that background, I'm going to talk to you a bit about Common Sense's privacy campaign that we recently launched that's really about helping protect kids' privacy. And we presented several challenges to industry and government, some of which we feel can be addressed immediately and others are more for the future. So the campaign has 6 main asks, and I'm going to tell you them and then I'm going to explain what each of them means quickly. The first one is do not track kids. The industry standard for all kids' privacy should be opt-in. Right now, the default is the most public. Privacy statements should be clear and simple. Parents, teachers, and kids need to be educated about protecting privacy. Industry must innovate to protect privacy, and government needs to update its policies. So what do each of these asks mean? So kids shouldn't have to opt out of something to have privacy. That should be the automatic, the default, the most private. Do not track kids means no behavioral marketing without opt-in from parents, no geolocation without opt-in from parents, no transferring information to third parties, advertisers, or anyone else without clear opt-in from parents, and any changes to a company's privacy policy needs to have a new opt-in from parents. Privacy statements should be clear and simple. They should be summarized in 1 page or less. And parents, teachers, and kids need to be educated about the risks of loss of privacy. So we need consumer education from industry. We also need privacy education in schools. This is a key part of digital literacy. And parents need to get engaged in order to protect their kids. And we're really asking industry now to use their skills, to use their expertise, to take additional steps and innovate to find solutions like innovating to protect privacy, developing new strategies for informing and engaging parents, and we want an eraser button for the future so that kids can delete things that they don't want to be available forever. So now I'm going to give some tips for parents, and then I'm going to talk about our education program a little bit. So in terms of our privacy tip for parents, make sure kids always use privacy settings. It's up to us, it's up to our kids to make sure that their privacy is protected so that when you're going on websites like Facebook that you're setting it to the most private settings. Otherwise, posts, communication, pictures, etc. can be seen by unintended audiences. And Common Sense recommends not letting teens use location sharing. Programs like Facebook's Places, Looped, and Foursquare let kids tell people exactly where they are. This makes them vulnerable to unwelcome personal attention and contact, and it also gives marketers personal information. We also recommend not filling out questionnaires, free giveaway offers, or contest applications. Companies, again, use these to really scrape kids' information and use it to market to them directly. And make sure that your kids are looking for the opt-out buttons. When kids use a site or they download an app, they often have to accept the company's privacy policies, which are typically very public. But many sites have an opt-out option so that third parties can't collect their information, but you have to search for that. And the last tip is really, when in doubt, check it out. Before letting your kids sign up for anything, make sure you know all the facts. Do your homework. For more information and for more privacy tips, please go to www.commonsense.org/privacy. And I'm going to talk about our education program. So I said at the beginning, we have a free kindergarten through 12th grade digital literacy and citizenship curriculum. This is research-based. It was designed with Howard Gardner and the Good Play Project at Harvard. It's media-rich, and it has units on privacy. And it really starts at the earliest grades going through high school talking about how to build strong passwords, how to responsibly handle websites' requests for personal information, how to identify if a website is really secure. And as students get older, they learn about phishing scams and how to protect their financial information as well. Again, this is all free. It's available online at commonsense.org/educators. All our resources are available. I'm going to be available after this also in the schmooze room if you have any additional questions. Thank you.